Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Thursday, May 13th, 2021, and this is my post-market wrap-up. How do you like this market? I mean, it seems to continue to defy gravity. There's no such thing as a pullback anymore. There are no corrections anymore. Today, a rally across the board. All the major indices finished higher. The institutions jumped right in here, buying the dips. They're going to continue to buy the dips as long as the Fed keeps the easy money policy going, and it's not going to stop. Maybe we should talk a little bit about that, and we will. Give me a second with that one. Let's cover other things as well. So yes, rally today on Wall Street. Look, when I say rally, I'm not talking about anything ultra dramatic here. We put on like a 1.2% gain with regard to the Dow Jones Industrial Average, a similar gain for the S&P. The NASDAQ actually was negative at one point today, put on about a 0.72% gain. But this is institutions, people. They're getting in here and they're buying the dips. Imagine my shock. I can't take it. Yeah, no, and they're going to continue doing that. Let's look at a few other things. Crude oil today got hit, fell like 3.5%, and that sends chills down my spine, people. They're not going to allow it. You know that, so watch for something to occur, another event, prop up that crude oil, because if crude stays low, the market will follow. There is no doubt about it. Gold and silver. Silver finished slightly in the negative. Gold put on a slight gain. The dollar about flat. 10-year yield stable. All right. Cryptocurrencies in aggregate under pressure after Elon Musk made his decision not to accept cryptos for his cars. And this is getting a lot of people upset. A lot of people are canceling their orders. As a matter of fact, you're not supposed to know that, but Tesla had a lot of orders canceled because of Elon's decision here. But I frankly, from a cryptocurrency standpoint, I love it. I think that this market, because of the statement of one man and his company, is grossly overreacting. And again, I bought that dip. I will continue to buy the dips with regard to cryptocurrencies. And you know why, people. Look, I just despise the dollar. Okay, I, like you, are seeking for every way imaginable to get out of it. And I'm not a one-trick pony. You all know that. I own a very substantial amount of physical silver, a very substantial amount of physical gold. I own platinum and palladium as well. Those are my, I don't own as much of those as silver is my number one metals holding, and it's still my number one favorite asset of all time. But with regard to cryptos, again, when people are looking for alternatives, until they regulate this stuff, there's opportunity here. And I've been saying this for a long time, and I won't stop doing that. So what I want to do here, since I already set the groundwork for you, is I want to talk about a few things. Let's start off with this. Is there a black swan for this market? And I think the answer is yes. Okay, and that reason would be, look, it's no secret that we have runaway inflation. I mean, you want to talk about runaway inflation? Here's another bit of news we got. Wholesale prices skyrocket at their fastest pace since 2009. So, yes, we have inflation. We went from, there's no inflation, to now we have a problem. Okay, isn't that amazing how that just happened? Okay, anyway. Now, if, this continues to get worse, and it would have to get a lot worse because the Fed does not want to hurt the market right now. The Fed does not care at all what happens to the regular guy or the regular girl out there on the street. They're running their inflation machine like you all know about. They're issuing debt through one door, buying debt through another door at an epic pace. They're hyperinflating a housing bubble, creating artificial demand by buying mortgage-backed securities in a market where I think there's some kind of FOMO or fear of missing out. People, rushing to buy homes here, causing, people to pay tens of thousands of dollars over the listing price. And this is the Fed. It's all the Fed. All of this is the Fed. Everything is the Fed. Artificially suppressed rates have consequences. Not only do they rob the middle class blind because their interest earning accounts can't even keep up with the actual rate of inflation. Even if you have a high yield savings account somewhere, you're losing purchasing power every day. You keep your cash there. It's an amazing phenomenon. And the Fed, it seems, is going out of its way to create distortions in the market that are simply unbelievable. They're unfreaking believable. And again, look at today, for example. All right, you got, despite, the news here, wholesale prices skyrocketing, inflation, everything we're seeing right now, institutions are like, I gotta buy. So they're getting in here and buying the market. This is probably the Fed too. The Fed has their own trading desk at the New York Fed. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Of course they're buying the market. Of course they're buying stocks. It's an incredible situation. But yes, if we end up in a situation where there is literally runaway inflation, where, and people start to yell and scream about it, for which they won't for a while. And even if they do, the Fed won't care until it gets to be an extreme, because then what the Fed would have to do to counter it would be to raise rates. And even an incremental raising of rates or tapering by the Fed will melt the stock market, will melt it. It's the only thing keeping this market, going higher, and institutions getting in here and buying like they did today, is the promise that there's going to be easy money from here until oblivion, or whenever that may be, and beyond oblivion. You understand? I think you do. So yeah, I wrote this down, little things today on my notepad. I only have a few pages left. I'm so upset. Anyway, market shrugs off any kind of inflation fear, and it's amazing to me to see. But what else would you expect here? I mean, every single thing negative that has been thrown at this market since Donald Trump was elected, every negative thing, the market just shrugged it off. The market was supposed to crash if President Trump lost the election. That didn't work out too well for him, did it? No. That was a lie as well, along with every other lie by these politicians. He's not the only one. They all lie. They can't stop lying because they're not even the real government anyway. I don't care what they say. They're just figureheads that people point at and, like to get fixated on, but it's the Federal Reserve that's running everything. The entire show, the entire world is being run by the Federal Reserve, who's dollarizing the world, henceforth why this guy hates the dollar, and I want to get out of it. I want to be in anything else. And if something else does come along, I don't know, I'll get into that too. I just want to be out of the dollar here. It's under attack deliberately by the Federal Reserve. They're killing the dollar in its current form, and you all know that. And they got to get a crisis going here so they can issue in their new digital full control fiat currency, which is coming down the pike. I think you all know that. Anyway, look, I think you got it. I covered all the important points here. It's astonishing to me and disappointing. Let me just say this too. I don't think there's a guy out here, a trader or an investor, who wants to see this market have a normal, rational pullback. But how can we have a normal, rational correction or a pullback when the market itself is so completely, utterly distorted and irrational. It just doesn't make any sense. It can't happen. You know, all I can say is there is going to be a terrible, terrible price to pay for this. And people are going to get wiped out. They're going to get wiped out. Look at me. I'm a paper millionaire. Look at my account. My 401k is doing so fantastic. Wait till that just gets transferred from your non-reality, because it's not even a realized gain, right up the food chain to the one percenters, because that's exactly what is going to happen. And you're pretty much powerless to do a damn thing about it. And that's very sad. Very, very sad. Anyway, people, look, like I said, look for opportunity. They're everywhere. Every freaking where. In this, and to me, again, you know, you got to bet against this debt. Bet, you know, be your own central bank. Hold hard assets. Invest in cryptos. Take advantage of the Elon Musk opportunity here right now. You know, that's it. I just see it that way, and I won't change. If you've been following my work for any length of time, you've heard me say pretty much the same thing for a very long time, and it just works. It's a strategy that works. So why change it? Anyway, I am thrilled to hear from so many of you, it's astonishing, who are going to show up for the July 4th pool bash blowout here in Vegas. Again, could you imagine going to a free party out here in Las Vegas? It's going to be a blast. I really hope a lot of you show up. I will be giving you the address at one particular time in the future, but these plans are already in the work. Everything's getting put together, and I really hope you make an effort to come out here. So again, July 4th here in Las Vegas. We're going to have a blast. I'm going to be there with the Barrel Buddies. We're throwing this thing for all of you. For all of you. Anyway, don't forget to bring a bottle of whiskey with you. All right. With that said, look, I'll see you all in the morning. Love you a lot. Please share the video. I'm out of here.